Man throws firearm out of vehicle during pursuit. Driver cited after reportedly causing $4,000 in damages. And your daily weather forecast coming up with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A man was arrested after leading police on a high-speed chase from St. George to Washington City, where he crashed his truck and was found in possession of a firearm despite being on felony probation. For more details on the pursuit and arrest, here's Cody Blowers.
A man is in jail following an incident early Saturday morning that started with a short pursuit in St. George. When authorities say the pickup truck the suspect was driving peeled out of a bar parking lot on St. George Boulevard before heading north on I-15. The driver allegedly threw a firearm from the window as he headed into Washington City. The suspect then crashed the truck he was driving. He was later identified as 26-year-old Jacob Michael Martinez. He was subsequently arrested and booked into jail on DUI and felony weapons and evading charges.
Thanks, Cody. A 17-year-old driver was cited for reckless driving after crashing a Porsche SUV into a boulder and palm tree in a residential yard while attempting to avoid another vehicle. We'll go to Nick Fiala for more on the story.
First responders were called to a residential neighborhood on Fieldstone Drive Tuesday night after a 2019 Porsche reportedly crashed into a large boulder and palm tree in the front yard of a residence. St. George Police Public Information Officer Tiffany Mitchell said the crash occurred when a 17-year-old driver swerved the Porsche out of the roadway to avoid hitting another vehicle while traveling at a high rate of speed. Mitchell said the two vehicles did not collide and no one was injured at the scene. The crash reportedly caused $4,600 in damages, and the 17-year-old driver was cited for reckless driving.
Thanks, Nick. Let's take a look at your daily weather forecast brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. In St. George, it's currently sunny at 48 degrees. Tonight, expect a low of 24, and tomorrow the high will be 54 with a low of 31. Over in Mesquite, it's sunny and 55 right now. Tonight's low will be 30 degrees, and tomorrow's high is forecasted at 59 degrees with a low of 35. Up in Cedar City, it's sunny at 36 degrees. Expect a low of 19 tonight. Tomorrow's high will be 51 degrees with a low of 26. A recent survey reveals that 75% of Utah voters supported preserving protections for Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments, with overwhelming agreement across political lines. Here's Stephanie DeGraw for more on how this could impact the future of these iconic landscapes.
In a recent poll, Utah voters across party lines said they want the incoming Trump administration to honor protections for the Bears Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments. The statewide survey conducted by Newbridge Strategy found 3 in 4 Utahns support president's abilities to protect public lands as national monuments. In 2017, then-President Donald Trump downsized these monuments. The Biden administration restored them in 2021. The cultural resource manager for the Paiute Indian Tribe of Utah, Autumn Gillard, had this to say.
Many assume that cultural sites have been abandoned or refer to them as ruins. These places are not abandoned, nor are they ruined. We are the living descendants of the ancestors that left their footprints and writings on these landscapes. We are the true stewards and the original ones of this land, holding the land near and dear to our hearts. With upcoming changes to governmental administration, it is pertinent to understand that it is only through proper and thorough consultation with tribal nations to recognize our voices as impacts to the management of these public lands.
Thanks, Stephanie. Zion Vineyards earned international recognition after winning 3 silver medals at the San Francisco International Wine Competition, highlighting the quality of Utah-made wines. For more on how this achievement is putting Southern Utah on the map in the wine industry, here's Jesse Bang.
Zion Vineyards in Leeds just won silver not once but 3 times after entering the prestigious San Francisco International Wine Competition. St. George News sat down with Zion Vineyards owner Michael Jackson, assistant winemaker Matthew Wadley, winemaker Robert Check and operations manager Patrick Hayes to hear all about it. Wadley began by explaining why winning these San Francisco awards holds such significance.
This is a huge deal for us because California definitely sets the curve in the nation for winemaking.
Jackson said winning a wine award in Utah is a rarity in itself, making the achievement even more special.
It's as far as Utah is concerned, it's basically unknown for wine. So many people come into the winery and say, "Oh, I had no idea wine was in Utah." Right? I hear it every day. This is the beginning of getting out there, and these are the big boys. This is our first year into a California competition. Pulled off 3 silver medals. Next year, we're going to go into the San Francisco Chronicle competition. That is the biggest in the country. This one's right behind it. So it's a prestigious thing where people would, I'm sure at the competition, said, "Utah, what do you mean?"
For winemaker Check, he never imagined his career would ultimately lead him to the world of wine.
I was 51 years old to learn how to make wine, a new craft, and sort of reinvent myself in life and enter these wines that we are making here into an international wine competition and pull 3 silvers out of it was really big.
As the operations manager, Hayes has been in the hospitality business for 40 years and is a huge wine connoisseur.
This means something. This is an international competition. We were among 2,500 other entrants, groups within our peers, within our Cabernet, with our Tempranillo, with our Red Blend. For us, this just gives us a lot of merit. It shows up that we have proof. There's our proof. All right. And that way when people are Googling us in Zion Vineyards and it comes up international award-winning wine, guess what? They're going to get their money's worth.
Now we'll head over to Sheldon and Amy for your favorite weekend adventure guide.
That's right, so many great things happening this weekend. We are here at the Virgin River right now, checking out their new sports book. It's beautiful.
And while you're here in Mesquite, check out the Mesquite Hot Air Balloon Festival that's happening at the Casablanca this weekend.
Amy never misses it. We go every year, and we go up in a balloon. It's magical to see all those balloons in the air. You can't miss this festival. The Hot Air Balloon Festival is incredible here in Mesquite. Also, did you know that St. George has a birthday this weekend?
163 years, so we are celebrating with all of you.
Yeah, get to the social hall this Saturday, and free root beer floats for the whole family, plus treats. And the city of St. George is making a lot of things free. Sun Tram, the Aquatic Center, the Rec Center, the Carousel, the Thunder Junction train. So many free things this Saturday. Enjoy it, and happy birthday, St. George.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And for a full list of events, see our TGIF listing on stgeorgenews.com.
And back to you in the studio.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.